Hey, what's happening, NBA DFS fans? Ryan here. This is the DFS 5-pack. So hopefully everybody had a good night last night. If you played my boy Giannis, probably not so much as he left about 30 seconds into the game, and that's going to be a major influence of what happens tonight. So before we get into the actual plays, do me a favor if you would. Slide your finger over to the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the station if you happen to be new to it, and let's talk about where we want to go from an NBA DFS perspective this evening. So, got a special deal going on today. As most of you guys know, we got rid of day passes a while back, and now we do weekly memberships. So it's $15 a week. Buy a weekly membership today. I'll send you $10 right away, which means you get a full week of baseball and a full week of basketball for only $5. We're talking members only videos. We're talking write-ups. That is one heck of a deal. $10 coming back to you by the end of the day. So $5 for 1 week. The website link is below. As already stated, subscribe, thumbs up, all those things are appreciated. So let's talk about Bobby Portis tonight. So the Milwaukee Bucks are in Chicago tonight. They played in Houston last night. Giannis left about less than a minute into the game. And then Kevin Porter went insane, and the Rockets beat the Milwaukee Bucks. This kind of puts the Bucks in a spot where, realistically, they're not getting out of the 3 seed. They're not going to lose enough to drop lower. They're not going to win enough to get higher. So there's a really good chance. Like, I would bet great money we don't see Giannis tonight. I think there's also a really good chance they might pull guys like Holiday, potentially Middleton. So keep your eyes peeled on my Milwaukee Bucks tonight. This could be one of those tank job games where guys like Thanasis and Jordan Nora, Jeff Teague and stuff like that become wildly in play. As it stands right now, though, with very likely no Giannis, and I think it's not crazy to think PJ Tucker wouldn't play either, as he played 30 minutes last night. Bobby Portis, going back to where it all started, looks like a lock for me as things stand right now. However, look for more things to come out. I would not be surprised if they tank this one. They don't have a lot to play for right now. Trying to get healthy. You don't want to overexert Middleton and Drew. Giannis' ankle looked like it was, the kind of thing that he's going to need a couple of days to feel a lot better from. So that's just the most likely scenario. But as it stands right now, Bobby Portis is looking like a lock for me at this price tag. Guy's having an excellent season. Next up, let's talk about the hit of the night last night, the one that nobody saw coming, which is Alize Johnson. As great as Kevin Durant was, the play from this game was this young man who dropped over 50 DK points. He was phenomenal. I think he had a 20-20, if my memory serves me correctly. Just an insane number of rebounds. Now Kyrie's in tonight and KD's out. He actually plays more of Kevin Durant's position with, forward eligibility like this. So I think he's in a good spot to play more minutes. And while he's not a great NBA player, he's a decent DFS player. We've seen this guy with a few big games in his career when given the opportunity. He looks like Jimmy Butler, so maybe that doesn't hurt. I don't know 100% what we're going to get out of the Nets tonight. Like, is it possible? Because there's still no Claxton. Blake did not play big minutes last night, but is it possible Blake doesn't play today? Is it possible matching up with Nurkic that DeAndre Jordan sees minutes? These are all things that are possible, and you're going to want to watch the Brooklyn Nets for the rest of the day, check out their starting lineup, and figure out what to do with them. I think Alize Johnson, as it stands, is a good gamble. He isn't going to get anywhere close to what he did last night, but I could see him rolling into 20 to 25 DK points tonight. I think he's no lock for the minutes. He's certainly no lock for the, replicate anything close to what he did. But when given minutes in his brief history in the NBA, he's produced solid DFS points. I like him even better if DeAndre Jordan doesn't start, because it looks like then they're not likely trying to play big and they're trying to stick with the small lineup. So that's my 2 cents on it. I definitely reserve the right to rethink this one throughout the day, but as it stands right now, there is legit upside here at 3K. I'll take his upside over the cheap Memphis chalk guys right now any day of the week. Next up, Russell the Muscle Westbrook, cash games, GPPs. What else is left to say about this guy? Kyrie's going to be popular, so is Russ. Wizards need wins. He had one bad game, still rolled into 40. This guy's a walking triple-double. He's easy to afford today. Get Russell Westbrook in your lineups. He's the safest place for points, and he's going to be popular. Easy to score in Cleveland, too. All right, next up, Anthony Davis. So Davis kind of works his way into the long shot category today because doesn't appear to be getting much attention from the DFS world, and that's understandably so. He had very few games to start the year, much less anything that we've seen since he's come back from injury. So this will be game number 5. He's been knocking the rust off, looking a little bit better each game. He was actually pretty good from a DFS perspective last game. There's no more hard minutes limit. If this game happens to be competitive, I could see him playing in the mid-30s. It's a great matchup with the Sacramento Kings. And this is a guy sat around for 2.5 months and couldn't play. If he's rolling, look for him to be assertive and aggressive in this one. I think you'll get him at pretty low ownership by star standards. So I have a little interest in an Anthony Davis right here. Last up, check out Garrett Temple from the Chicago Bulls. Again, the less bucks that are good that play, the more interested I'm in this one. So again, we got some cheap, relatively chalky guys from the Memphis Grizzlies that don't really appear to be great plays. Just because, Grayson Allen is out doesn't mean that the offense won't primarily run through Morant and Jonas Valanciunas. Also, Memphis is still a relatively deep team by, standard NBA standards at this point. The Bucks D is not great against guys who are secondary players. The majority of the attention will be focused on Kobe White and Nikola Vucevic, meaning Garrett Temple should get some wide open threes. He's low risk at 3,600. He plays good minutes. Guys like Thaddeus Young and Kobe White getting way more attention. I think you can get Garrett Temple at significantly lower ownership than like those Memphis Grizzly guards today, and I think that might be an interesting pivot, especially within the tournament mode. That's what we got for the day, guys. Hopefully that was quick enough for the rest of you. Everybody have yourself a great Friday. MLB and NBA are both out. Weekly memberships can get you the videos. Get a $10 rebate today, only $5 for the rest of the week. For a full week, not the rest of the week, for a full week. Thank you and have a great Friday.